Okay, I got a real small studio, so doing opening packages in a small studio is really hard to do. But I'm going to do the best I can. I got this from Sculpture Depot in Loveland, Colorado. They sent me their armatures for horses, so I could demonstrate to you how they are used. For those of you who want to sculpt horses, this is a great tool. They send instructions on how to put together the armatures. They're called TruForm armatures. This is what it says on this piece of paper. Our TruForm equine armature is based on these general measurements of a fleshed out equine. 15 to 15.2 heads high equine, or 50 to 62 inches at the withers. 24 to 25 inches at the head length. Please make sure your clay is warm when you apply the first coat to the rib cage. All right, this is the the armature they send that will hold the horse up. Now, this is the horse, the way it comes. And let's see, I'll get it in the camera here. And you just have to straighten out everything. But let me show you what I'm thinking of doing here. Now they send it with a pre-made board with pre-drilled holes for the support. And they send you screws to go with that. And I'm going to do that and mount this up, and I'll be right back. Now before I mount this, there are ways that you can adjust the armatures or the supports angle depending on what you want the horse to be doing, whether it's jumping or rearing up. You can adjust it by cutting a block of wood with a angle to it, and then just bolt this onto the angled piece of wood. You can angle this any way you want to, and you'll have to adjust the base and all that stuff when you do that. But use your imagination with the mounting of the horse, and you'll find it quite easy. I'm holding the camera for this video, this part of the video, but I want to show you at the top of this rod, which is, you can adjust the height by a wing nut here. And you see that groove? That's what the backbone armature wire fits into to support the horse. Now I'll show you what I'm doing. Also, they supply a nut that you can tighten up the nut down onto the backbone armature of the horse to make it more solid on the armature. So you just bring it down and you put it into that groove, and then you put the nut on top of the rod and start to tighten it up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and try to do the best I can to tighten this up in camera. Okay, I want to raise up the horse, and I'm going to tighten that up as well. raise up the head of the horse. I think I want it a little taller than this because I need some room for the hoofs and a base, if you want to put a base. But anyway, I'm gonna turn that just like that. Get these legs out of the way. Now there's a safety thing that you need to think about. There's nothing in the foam leg. There's a wire that you can actually detach at the joints if you want to, and work on a little more detailed area of, like, say, the hoof and stuff like that. But you don't want to grab it and move it like this because you might break the foam leg. So what you want to do is when you want to change the angle of that leg's position, you want to grab at the top here and change it there. And I'll do the same thing with the other side. There you go. Never ever change the position of the bone structure or the angle of the legs, or the bones of the legs, by pulling on the bottom part. Always do it at the joint. That goes for any of the armatures made out of this foam. I'm going to raise it up just a little bit more. There we go. There, it's pretty solid. And then just a matter of adjusting your legs. Let me show you here. So I want to very carefully change the angle of the bottom leg. And that's how you do it. You just grab the upper part and the lower part and just change the angle. All right, the shoulder of the horse is not connected by any joint. It's all on there by muscle. And so when you move the shoulder, it moves the way it should move on an actual horse's skeleton. Another thing that is done for you is the shape of the hips. That is probably the most complicated part of the horse, is the actual structure of the hips. And that's all done for you as well. They sent me also the skeleton of a human, and there are two holes. Let me show you. You see those two holes in the thorax of the human? Well, you've got two wires, and it's marked where the rib cage should come down on that wire to make it proportional. And what you do is you just put the two wires into those two holes, and you can bring the rib cage down to where it should be on the human. And it's proportional to this horse, this particular armature of a human. It's got the skull, it's got the hips all done, and you can just adjust the curvature of the spine. And again, these are delicate bones in the foam. It's a strong foam, but you got to be careful with it. And so, say you want to mount him on the horse, you've got to grab onto the upper part of the leg joint and femur and do all your adjustments just like you did on the horse. And let's get that adjusted here. You have to really think about it when you're doing the changing of angles, because it could break. Now I'm going to try to put this on the horse and show you what it looks like. And it fits on the horse perfectly. Let me get my head out of the way. All right, you got this hole, this empty hole here, and you can fill that with clay. And if you want to put an armature to hold the armature of the person on the horse, you can put a wire down inside the cavity here and fill it with clay around it, and create a solid armature to hold that cowboy or that equestrian on the horse properly, and so that it won't be falling off. Of course, you do all the adjustments after you place it on the horse and mount it. All right, I've mounted the figure on the horse, and it's about 27 inches tall. Let me just quickly check that. No, 25 inches tall. It's a big, it would make a big sculpture, but I think it's amazing. Something this size is would be a beautiful piece. You'd have to use a lot of clay though. Probably have to get about 50 pounds of clay, but Sculpture Depot sells the clay that you would need. I use JMac medium grade, and it works out just fine. When you put the clay on, you've got to have the clay soft so that it adheres to the armature. This foam is slick, and if you don't have the clay soft when you put it on here, it won't stay on. But having everything worked out for you ahead of time so you don't have to worry about it, like the hips of the person, all that stuff, the hips of the horse, the length of the joints and the bones and all that stuff worked out perfectly ahead of time. And you're going to have to use your imagination for how to change the angle of the horse and all that stuff. Let me show you. Now, this is what I was talking about as far as changing the angle of the horse. You can raise it up and have it coming down a hill. All this stuff would have to be done with wood, pieces of wood cut at different angles. But the possibilities for positioning of the horse is limitless. It's only restricted by your own imagination. And say the horse is running and you want to have it at an angle, you can just do that with wood blocks and stuff like that. This base is just here for keeping it all on something. You can put it on any base you want. You can order the base with it, or you can say, I don't want the base with it, and you can cut your own board. And that will work out fine too. So that's the little instructional thing here on how to use and put together a equine armature. They were kind enough to send me these armatures today, and so I could demonstrate it to you. All right, I've positioned the mountain man where he's going to be. I've screwed it down to the base. I've redone the wire that I'm going to lift up and cut him so I can get him off, because I don't want it to be quite as wide as I had it. And so now I'm going to finish off the base of this piece. This mountain man turned out so much better than the last one. I was going to put some textures in his hair, but I think I like it the way it is with the roughness. I will do a little touch up on it, but I'm happy with the way it's turned out. The baby turned out really good. I'm really happy with it. I still have some things I got to think about. The young crow girl is happy with the situation. She's proud of her man and of her baby, and preparing to go see her parents. All right, everybody, it's been a pleasant, well, I started this October 15th. Went all the way through the end of last year, through a heart attack this year at the beginning of the year, and up until now. Some pieces just take a lot longer to do, and this is one of them. It's because I wasn't certain about the design until probably a week or so into doing it. But it all worked out just fine. I did destroy this mountain man, the first one I did, and that was a good accident, because he's a lot better than the one I did before, just a whole lot better. I'm totally satisfied with this piece. It's going to be called Family. And that to me is far more important than anything else in this world, is family. All right, everybody, have a great night, and I'll see you next time when I can figure out what I'm going to do next. Good night. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. It really would help me. Also, check out the link below this video. It will take you to a review of my 9 instructional videos that could be very helpful to you if you're thinking of sculpting. Good night, everybody.